they still have a shot to make the playoffs, right? They got to win out. They got to beat the Browns, and then they got to beat the Jets week 18. They got to win out. There's still an opportunity for them to make the playoffs, but they have to win out, and the Broncos must lose out, right? The Broncos must lose as well as the Bengals have to lose, and then the Colts have to lose as well, right? When you look at the Miami Dolphins, guys, they're 1-4 versus playoff teams so far this season. 1-4. Their offense is not very, very good. Let's just be honest. 17th overall on the offensive side of things. 15th in passing, averaging 222.1 yards per game. 24th in rushing, 105.7 yards per game. 23rd in scoring at 23.3 points per game. What? The Dolphins, with all those weapons, only 20 points per game? What? Get out of here. And then 15th in red zone, scoring at a rate of 56.5%. Now, their defense is a lot better. Their defense is pretty good, actually. Despite all those injuries, right, with Bradley Chubb being out, trading what's-his-face to the Raiders during this offseason, their defense is actually not that bad. 7th overall, only giving up 312.1 yards per game. They're 12th in passing, giving up 210.9 yards per game. 7th in rushing, only giving up 102.1 yards per game. 11th in scoring, giving up 21.9 points per point game. And they're 4th in red zone defense, only allowing opponents to score at a rate of 49 or 48.9%. They are pretty good on the defensive side of the ball. And let's not forget that they have won 5 of their last 7. 2 of their losses have come against playoff teams, however, to the Green Bay Packers at Green Bay, 30-17, and they lost to the Houston Texans at Houston, 20-12. They have won 5 of their last 7 after starting 2-6 on the season. So basically, guys, the Miami Dolphins have to win out for them to be even considered a contender, right? They have to beat the Browns this week at Cleveland. It's going to be raining. It's going to be cold. Not well for the Dolphins and Tua, right? And then they got to go to New York January 5th. Probably not going to be very warm. Might be snowing. Might be raining. You never know. The wind's going to be blowing. Could be Aaron Rodgers' final game in a New York MetLife Jet Stadium. Let's just be honest. But are the Miami Dolphins, if they make the playoffs, if the stars align, they beat the Browns, they beat the Jets, the Colts lose, the Bengals lose, the Broncos lose, everything aligned, are the Miami Dolphins legitimately contenders in the playoffs? Or are they pretenders? That is the question. And everything in my body is saying they are pretenders. Everything in my body is saying that the Miami Dolphins may not even get off the bus versus the Cleveland Browns. This shouldn't even be a conversation. Let's just be honest. But with Tua being out this week versus the Cleveland Browns, actually, he has not been ruled out yet. He's been downgraded to doubtful. More than likely, probably won't play. But let's say they do go in there and they beat the Cleveland Browns with a backup quarterback. As you can tell, they're not very good without Tua on the offensive side of the ball. When Tua's in there, they're a hell of a lot better. Without Tua, they're not very good at all. If they can beat the Browns, and if they can beat the Jets, give them the 7th seed versus the Buffalo Bills. They are 100% pretenders. There should be no reason why they should be trying to go out there and beat the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, tomorrow afternoon. There's no reason why they should be going out there and trying to beat the New York Football Jets in Week 18. There's no reason to at all. Because even if they make the playoffs, they are going to get boat raced by the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs in the first round. They are 100% pretenders. They are 100% pretenders. But guys, in the comments below, do you guys think the Miami Dolphins, are they contenders or are they pretenders? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Mahomes is a blank, so Deshaun Watson comes back and gets the MVP. Okay. Drew Spencer says, how about them Rams? I am not watching the Rams game right now. I got to pause. But if you guys are watching on our Discord, we are streaming that game right now over on our Discord right now. The Arizona Cardinals and taking on the Rams. I'm assuming that the Rams are doing well right now, and I hope they do well. I would like to see Matthew Stafford in the playoffs. Matthew Stafford is 12-1 in the month of December as the LA Rams quarterback. Jameson says they cannot win without Tua. And Jameson, you are spot on. I don't think they won one game when Tua was out. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that was when they went on their 4-game losing streak when Tua was out with the concussion. It's just, yeah, for some reason Tua is that key to that engine, right? And when Tua isn't in there, the Miami Dolphins are just a shell of themselves. They're terrible. Turkey Lipstick says Tua hurt. Tua ain't gonna play. He will probably not play. Turkey Lipstick. You are probably right. He has been downgraded to doubtful, so he probably will not play. We will see. We'll see though. Josh says, to simplify it for you Dolphins, Colts and Bengals are not making the playoffs. Not wrong. Isaiah Campbell says, your team sucks, bro. Do they? I didn't know that, but okay. If Tua doesn't play, you can basically count him as eliminated. And Turkey, I think you're right. Turkey Lipstick, I think you are right. If Tua doesn't play, I kind of feel like it's tanking a little bit. I think they're kind of tanking. Isaiah Cable says you can play old lineman. I wish I could, but I'm only 230 and I'm only 6'2", so unfortunately you need to be about 6'7", 6'8" to play lineman about 320, 310-ish. I can play a pretty good safety and a linebacker though. Fins are a joke. Should Mike McDaniels be on the hot seat, guys? I understand that he has had this out with Tua being injured and this and this and this, but he has beaten 1 or 2 winning teams his whole tenure as a Miami Dolphins head coach. He should be out. He should honestly be out. Derek says they should go for the win. They could beat the Broncos, except for they wouldn't beat the Broncos in the playoffs. The only way they would play the Broncos in the playoffs is in the AFC Championship game, and neither of them are making it past the first round if they make it, right? If the Miami Dolphins make the playoffs, it will be a 7th seed, and they'll be playing the Buffalo Bills or the Baltimore Ravens. They're not beating either one of those teams, let's just be honest, especially in the cold. They are pretenders, guys. 100% pretenders. But let's move on.